Hey guys, Derek Johnson here. A lot of times when someone starts a software as a service company, the billing infrastructure is very confusing to a lot of first-time entrepreneurs, and it was very confusing to our team originally. Let me kind of explain the infrastructure and the ecosystem, and then explain to you one of the biggest mistakes I think we made that cost us a ton of money and a ton of time. So what happens in the whole internet ecosystem with the billing is that you type your credit card, let's say you're a customer, you type your credit card into tatango.com. That's the front end. That's the really easy part. Then on the back end, on our servers, we have systems and cogs in place that process that credit card that say, hey, look, every month on the 15th, we're going to process this credit card for $49. And, if they cancel, this is what happens. If they upgrade, this is what happens. If the credit card bounces, this is what happens. Then what happens is we send that information, hey, cancel this credit card, hey, bill this credit card, to a payment gateway. That payment gateway can be Trust Commerce, Authorize.net, there's a few of them out there. They're the ones that actually bill the credit card. They say, hey, credit card user, you owe us $45 or 49 bucks, and they process it. Then what happens is that money is then transferred into our bank account. Now, it can't just be a checking and savings account because that'd be way too easy and that wouldn't make sense. You have to make things as complicated as possible, especially if you're the bank. So the bank makes you set up a special account, and they call that a merchant account. And that merchant account funnels all the money from the gateway into that account. So every day, usually you'll see, the payments that are being processed and deposited into your account. Pretty long kind of system, to get the $49 in your account. It seems kind of crazy. One of the things I think that we made our biggest mistake, I would say top 5 biggest mistakes at Tatango, is trying to build our own billing system on the front end. So we try to build out everything and think through all the different models and upgrades and downgrades and cancels and what would happen and processing on a daily basis and 30-day cycles. We tried to build that all ourselves. We made a huge mistake. We hired an engineer, to help us with this. It cost us a ton of money, and eventually it just started breaking. We're not experts in billing processing. We're experts in text message marketing, not billing. And I think if you're not an expert in something, you outsource. You let somebody else handle it for you. And what we've done over the past month or so is we've started to migrate our entire billing system, again, this front end type stuff, or the stuff that's on our servers, and we migrated it to a company called Chargeify. Chargeify, Zuora, Recurly, there's a lot of different companies that their job is to set up billing systems for companies. I think that's the best option because, again, we're not experts. We can't think through every single gotcha that could happen. And it's amazing because it took us 1.5 engineers, and it took us a month or so to build out this entire billing system, and it still doesn't work really that correctly. And we could have done it with Chargeify or Recurly, Zuora in a couple weeks, and it would have worked forever because they're constantly upgrading and thinking about what the next challenge is going to be in regards to billing. Plus they handle things like if somebody's credit card gets denied, what's the process? Does it send an email out that day, and then 3 days later, then 5 days later, then does it cancel the account? It handles all that stuff. So all you have to do is just tell them what the credit card is, and they handle the rest, which is amazing. And it hooks up to that payment gateway system. So it is secure, and it fits within that ecosystem or the channel that the money passes through to your merchant account. So that's my tip. If you're thinking about building a scalable software as a service company, don't spend time building your own billing system unless it's something that has never been done before. But even if it has never been done before, think about why are you doing it different than every other software as a service company out there. Find a payment processing company, Chargeify, Zuora, Recurly. Let them take the headaches of processing credit cards. Let you focus on running a company, being the expert in text message marketing, not billing, because that's not your expertise. Anyway, that's my tip for today. That was, I would say, one of the top 5 mistakes that we made at Tatango originally was building our own system. We're finally migrating, and the headache has pretty much stopped. And I would say, 30% of our support, 40% of our support was because of support tickets and things like that, was because of that billing system that we built. It's just hard to maintain. There's a lot of gotchas. Now with switching over to a company like Chargerify, we're expecting it to be almost nearly zero. So that's my tip for today. Hopefully that helps you guys that are starting your own software as a service company.